Hey, hello, welcome to the Bible in 5 years. My name is Armando. We are reading the Bible in chronological order, and it's going to take us a while because there's more than 5,000 stories. This project podcast is aimed for people who have never read the Bible, they don't know what the Bible says, or they are not familiar or familiarized with the Bible. And that's okay. This project podcast is for you, and you don't have to like or subscribe or anything. There's no strings attached here. Just come as you want, as you would like, and either listen or watch, the episodes. Because in Spotify we have audio and video, and we also have them in YouTube and in Facebook. So check the description below or above, depends where you're watching this, and there's the links there for Spotify, for Facebook and YouTube. All right. If you happen to be Christian and you happen to stumble upon this project podcast, stick around. I need your help. At the end of the reading of the story, I will ask you. I will let you know how you can help us. It has nothing to do with money. It has to do with the algorithm, because we want the algorithm to work for us. That's right. So I will ask for help. What else? That's it. I'm gonna change the music. I'm sorry, and so we can do a reading of today. Sorry, my throat is not very good today. Day 398. The Israelites defeat Ai. And it's day 398. Okay. Then the Lord said to Joshua, "Do not be afraid or discouraged. Take the entire army and attack Ai, for I have given to you the king of Ai, his people, his city, and his land. You will destroy them as you destroyed Jericho and its king. But this time you may keep the captured goods and the cattle for yourselves. Set an ambush behind the city." So Joshua and the army of Israel set out to attack Ai. Joshua chose 30,000 fighting men and sent them out at night with these orders: hide in ambush close behind the city and be ready for action. When our main army attacks the men of Ai, oh my goodness, if I learn how to read, that will be great. When our main army attacks, the men of Ai will come out to fight as they did before, and we will run away from them. We will let them chase us until they have all left the city. For they will say, "The Israelites are running away from us as they did before." Then you will jump up from your ambush and take possession of the city, for the Lord your God will give it to you. Set the city on fire as the Lord has commanded. You have your orders. So they left the night and laid in ambush between Bethel and the west side of Ai. But Joshua remained among the people in the camp that night. Early the next morning, Joshua roused his men and started toward Ai, accompanied by the leaders of Israel. They camped on the north side of Ai, with a valley between them and the city. That night Joshua sent 5,000 men to lie in ambush between Bethel and Ai, on the west side of the city. So they stationed the main army north of the city and the ambush west of the city. Joshua himself spent that night in the valley. When the king of Ai saw the Israelites across the valley, he and all his army hurriedly went out early the next morning and attacked the Israelites at a place overlooking the Jordan Valley. But he didn't realize there was an ambush behind the city. Joshua and the Israelite army fled toward the wilderness as though they were badly beaten, and all the men in the city were called out to chase after them. In this way, they were lured away from the city. There was not a man left in Ai or Bethel who did not chase after the Israelites, and the city was left wide open. Then the Lord said to Joshua, point your spear toward Ai, for I will give you the city. Joshua did as he was commanded. As soon as Joshua gave the signal, the men in ambush jumped up and poured into the city. They quickly captured it and set it on fire. When the men of Ai looked behind them, smoke from the city was filling the sky, and they had nowhere to go. For the Israelites who had fled in the direction of the wilderness now turned on their pursuers. When Joshua and the other Israelites saw that the ambush had succeeded and that smoke was rising from the city, they turned and attacked the men of Ai. Then the Israelites who were inside the city came out and started killing the enemy from the rear. So the men of Ai were caught in a trap, and all of them died. Not a single person survived or escaped. Only the king of Ai was taken alive and brought to Joshua. When the Israelite army finished killing all the men outside the city, they went back and finished off everyone inside. So the entire population of Ai was wiped out that day, 12,000 in all. For Joshua kept holding out his spear until everyone who had lived in Ai was completely destroyed. Only the cattle and the treasures of the city were not destroyed, for the Israelites kept these for themselves as the Lord had commanded Joshua. So Ai became a permanent mound of ruins, desolate to this very day. Joshua hung the king of Ai on a tree and left him there until evening. At sunset, the Israelites took down the body and threw it in front of the city gates. They piled a great heap of stones over him that can still be seen today. Wow, what a story, man. Yeah, what a story. This is the Bible in 5 years. We are reading the Bible in chronological order. It's going to take us a few years. And because there's more than 5,000 stories, there's a lot of stories to read. We already been reading the Bible for a whole year, but it's going to take us a while. We're trying to read our stories as short as possible so we can remember what we read. And sometimes it's not possible, but sometimes it's possible. So we're doing our best. Also, this project podcast is for people who have never read the Bible. They don't know what the Bible says, or they're not familiar with the Bible, and it's okay. This project podcast is for you. We're not going to judge you here, or we're not going to criticize you at all. Not at all. There's no strings attached here. You don't have to click or like or subscribe or any of that stuff, unless you want to, but you don't have to. And now, if you happen to be a Christian and you happen to stumble upon this project podcast, I'm going to ask you for your help. If you can help us, that will be great. Down below or above, depends where you're watching this episode from, or listening. Yeah, it could be listening or watching. There is 3 links there in the description, one for Spotify, one for Facebook, and one for YouTube. If you go to every one of those different social media platforms and you enter into the Bible in 5 years, and then click on the like and click on the subscribe and click on the reminder in the, what else, click on to send a small message and click and send it. This will activate the algorithm of it, of its platform. But let's say YouTube, you will wake up the algorithm. And when you go to Facebook, you do that, you wake up that algorithm, because each of the different platforms, they have their own algorithm. It's not one algorithm for all of them. No. You gotta go individually to each of those different ones and do the same thing in each one of them. And this will help us because the algorithm, when it gets awakened, you notice activity, clicking, subscribing, liking, etc. it comes to life and it says, "Oh, let's promote this type of content." That's what happens. So if you do that, you wake up the algorithm, and the algorithm will help us to promote this type of content, and more people can be exposed to this type of content. So that will be great. Thank you. If you want us to send you a greeting, this is for everybody. Uh, let us know where is your place of residence, not necessarily your address and your apartment number, not at all. Just like city, country or continent or whatever, and your name, generally speaking. And we can say hi, hello, and thank you for watching or thank you for listening. And that would be great, I think. All right, I'm already got up to 10 minutes and a few seconds, so I'm gonna cut it off, and I'm having a hard time breathing. I'm stuffy. So see you tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye bye.